What is going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new video. And today we're going to be breaking down how to play Axe. Now this has been a video that has been highly requested, and Axe has been always one of the most popular heroes on the channel here, and it is one of my favorite heroes out there. So the starting items you're going to be playing with are Tangos, possibly a Ring of Protection. If you guys are going to be facing up against heavy harass on right clicks, then you could definitely go for that. If it's just going to be a magic lane or very few poke damage, then definitely don't go for it. And then you can go for a Quelling Blade, you can go for a branch, and then eventually go for the wand and a vanguard, and then get yourself the boots. That's going to allow you to cut creep waves if necessary. It's also going to help you take stacks because vanguard is really nice on this hero. You definitely can't skip vanguard. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a very strong item for you to do a whole bunch of things, and it's really great regen. It's going to help you sustain in the fights, and early on it's definitely very necessary for you guys to have. And then you're going to be aiming for blink dagger and blade mill. This is one thing you guys have to keep in mind as an Axe player. You guys need to be farming until you get your blink dagger. There's really no big reason for you guys to be jumping onto the mid lane or the side lanes to go for team fights when you guys don't have a blink dagger yet. This is what unlocks the hero. Even though you guys are playing with a Grimstroke or a Dark Willow or an Invoker, which are honestly the best setup heroes you can play with Axe, I highly recommend playing with Grimstroke. Dark Willow is really nice, but she only unlocks her true potential with Axe at level 6 with Bedlam, because once you put Bedlam and you blink call, that target's pretty much going to die because you're getting hit with pure damage and also magical damage from Bedlam. So it's a very nice combination. Grimstroke's Inkswall is always going to be very nice, and it's going to help you just secure targets and overall very nice combos. And Invoker has Sunstrike, which is really nice for you to secure those dunks, which are always going to be very important. But make sure you can tell your support to stack camps for you. Stack the ancient camps and get you some sacks going. If not, when there's some downtime in the lane or the lane is being pushed in, go make some stacks for yourself. Don't always depend on your support. Supports have a lot of things to do around the map, and sometimes they just are too busy to make stacks for you. So don't get mad at your team. Make sure you ask nicely, and if they don't want to do anything for you, then go do it yourself. Get some stacks. Axe is one of the best stack takers in the game, so you should definitely take advantage of that. That way you can get a fast blink blade mail timing, which is going to help you secure kills around the map and make a lot of space for your carry, especially if you're playing with a very greedy carry. But your team has to understand that you need these timings. At least blink. I'm not saying you just gotta AFK farm until blink blade mail, but you have to AFK farm at least until you have blink. Once you have blink, then you can go around the map, make some plays, and if the game is slow, then keep farming for your blade mail. Then you can go for either a BKB or a Kaya Sange. Kaya Sange has been an item that I've been seeing a lot lately on Axe players. It is really nice. It's actually quite strong on the hero. It's definitely very situational. It's not a must-go item every single time on Axe. There's also been Radiance builds with Bloodstone, which is kind of crazy. It is kind of fun. I have tried the build. It's definitely, I think, more of a meme or on a game that you're really stomping and you have a lot of net worth that you're able to dispose of it. But keep those builds in mind. If you guys want to have some fun on Axe, you can definitely play Radiance with Bloodstone. It's going to be very difficult for them to kill you, and you pair that up with an Aghanim Scepter. It's always going to be quite nice to try these builds out, as Axe is pretty much a very cookie cutter hero where most of the time it's going to be the same builds, your Shiva's Guard, your AC. But the good thing is this hero can build practically anything when it comes to being tanky. You can get Lotus Orbs, you can get Eternal Shroud if you're facing up against very heavy magic damage, but BKB is not required. Then you can easily benefit from that. Eternal Shroud is really good against PL because once you are getting mana burned, you get that mana back when you have Eternal Shroud. So that could be potentially quite good. If you guys ask your team to stack, you're going to have that farm, you're going to have that net worth, and you're going to have a lot more impact a lot quicker on this hero. And aim for as many dunks as possible, especially when you're facing up against a very physical lineup. It can become very difficult to kill an Axe in the late game with a ton of Culling Blade stacks. Makes you really tanky, so definitely keep an eye out for that and time your Culling Blades properly. Otherwise it's going to go on cooldown. Another tip I want to give you guys is to be patient with your initiation. Know what target you guys are aiming for and wait for the right opportunity to blink call. Don't get desperate just because you see a squishy support who's about to die and you're going to blink and you're going to use your Culling Blade. That could definitely happen, but if the whole team is right behind them, it makes no sense. You'd rather leave that kill, wait for the right opportunity, the team will clump up, and then you get a huge Axe call, which is going to win your team the team fight. Or if you guys need to target a hero like Anti-Mage or Morphling, then just wait for those heroes to show and be patient. That is one of the harder things to do on Axe because you see 2 or 3 heroes clumping up and you easily want to go for a blink call. It is a high value play, but if your team is struggling with a certain hero, then put more priority onto that hero. Heroes like Morphling and Anti-Mage, once they get locked down, become very easy for your team to take care of. Even if they're strength morphing, you're still going to be locking them down for a while, and you're going to force their strength morph, which is a really big problem because they're not going to be doing any damage in the fight, so they're going to be forced to retreat or TP out, and you're going to be able to deal with them him accordingly. Now I'm going to be breaking up some of the best matchups and worst matchups for Axe. So some of his good matchups are Troll Warlord, Naga Siren, Phantom Lancer, Huskar, Medusa, Anti-Mage, Morphling as well. These heroes that are illusion heroes and also heroes that don't like to be locked down and get destroyed by blade mail are going to be your best bet when playing Axe. Heroes like Troll Warlord, when they get jumped and they don't have ultimate or they couldn't use it before getting jumped, these heroes will just die to blade mail. Same will happen to a Medusa. You can dunk her at level 6, which is crazy. It's really difficult for Medusa to play against an Axe. I honestly have so much fun when I see people picking Medusa and I'm able to see the pick and pick an Axe. It's just such a free lane. You definitely can just roll that lane. It's basically unplayable. And then Anti-Mage is also a pretty free lane for you as the Axe. But again, it comes down to what support you guys are playing with, because if you have a very passive support, the lane could actually go a little sideways for you, because if they have a very aggressive support, they can easily start picking you off and start doing a lot of damage to you, because in the early game you aren't insanely tanky, you don't have a lot of armor, and obviously you don't have the tools to be able to man fight a very aggressive support and also an aggressive carry when you have a very passive support. So consider playing it with Grimstroke, Dark Willow. These heroes are always going to unlock your full potential. They're going to make sure you are a much stronger hero. Now, some of the heroes Axe is bad up against heroes like Leshrac, OD, Doom, Spectre, Viper, Timbersaw. So Timbersaw obviously is going to be a very strong hero against any strength hero, but just does a lot of work to Axe. It feels really bad to play this matchup. Honestly, you can blink call the Timbersaw and it's not going to do a whole lot to him just because the hero doesn't do anything other than casting spells. It's just not great. Honestly, you're not going to get a whole lot. I definitely wouldn't prioritize on going on that hero. You can definitely blink call the Viper and maybe try and deal with him if your team will back you up, or if you have Bedlam on you, you can definitely take care of it. But if the Viper goes on you or he's against you in lane, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to win that lane. It's just a very toxic hero to play against, and his break is really strong against you. It's just not a good matchup for you guys to play. Same with Doom and OD. They're just very difficult targets for you to get onto, and if you get Doom, you're going to be pretty much done for the entire fight, and those heroes just do a lot of work to Axe. So make sure you're picking him accordingly. Just because Axe has a really strong win rate right now doesn't mean you can pick him in every single game. You need to make sure there are good counters for you to be playing against and not too many counters to go against you. And if there is a lot of counters to go against you and you still want to pick an Axe, make sure you build accordingly. Make sure, because your item build will definitely heavily influence how strong of an Axe game you're going to have against a lot of counters. Let me know in the comment section below what do you guys think of Axe as an offlaner right now. I think he's one of the best offlaners in Dota currently in this current meta, but I definitely like to hear your opinion in the comment section below. If you guys are Axe spammers, let me know in the comments. And if you guys are newer players to Axe, let me know if you guys learned something from this guide. If you guys did, leave a like and leave a comment, and consider subscribing, as it does help out the channel, and I've been posting a ton of content and I will continue to do so. I will be posting more matchup videos, more how to play series, and more overall explaining on why certain heroes have certain win rates. It's a very popular series here on the channel, and I like helping out new players to grow and learn like all of us do at the same time. We're all learning, we're all growing in this community, and we all just want to have a good time in Dota and play to the best of our ability. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.